Welcome to the Ednewsstand podcast. I'm your host, Troy Reynolds. This is Season 3, Episode 29 of the podcast, and the episode is titled Diigo. This is the 5th episode in my series of online bookmarks. Diigo is a very powerful tool for searching and saving articles that you found around the web. You can annotate and share easily. You can also create an outline of article or articles to research more efficiently, and Diigo also lets you tag articles or add them to a read later list to search more efficiently. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in. In this week's newsletter, I have 3 links and a video for you. The video will help explain what Diigo's Outliner is, one of the tools available on their site. But first, let's actually dive into what Diigo is. So with Diigo, you can build your personal library in the cloud with links, pages, notes, pictures, and you can access those anywhere because Diigo, as you can see, is available as an app. There are 3 things you can do with your Diigo account. You can save, you can import, and you can publish. Because it is digital bookmarking, saving is, of course, a key feature. Let's look at the links that are available in this week's newsletter. The first link is at the top. It is your Chrome extension. When you click on the Chrome extension in my newsletter, it will take you to the Chrome Web Store where you can install the Diigo Web Collector. You can see that I have already installed it. But the Web Collector allows you to bookmark links to archive web pages or to read them later. You can attach highlights and stickies to a web page as a reminder, share pages easily with annotation via Twitter, Facebook, and Google Buzz, access the links anywhere via your iPhone, iPad, or Android device, and create groups to pool findings, share resources, or curate content. The link down at the bottom is a link to the Apple app. If you click on the newsletter on your phone or iPad, it will take you directly to the App Store where you can then install the Diigo browser app on your phone to easily access any of your curated bookmarks or PDFs or images that you have saved. The last link I'll mention is over in the right-hand corner here. It is the computer screen. When you click on it, it will take you to the Diigo homepage. When you are here at the top, you'll see the Diigo extension that you can click on. It will take you right to the Chrome Web Store to install that extension. And then as you scroll down, it will discuss with you a little bit more about what Diigo can do as far as collection, annotation, organization, and sharing. And then all the way at the bottom, it will give you a little bigger glance of what Diigo can do. So I've already mentioned it is a bookmarking, social bookmarking site where you can also tag your web pages for easier organization. You can also put those tags into a personal library in your own collection. It highlights, we can put sticky notes, we can move our websites around in an outliner, we can share them with different groups, and then the premium feature is you can store your online resources with annotation intact forever, regardless of whether the original source is still active. So if a website goes out of business or they shut down, you will still have that archived web page as long as you are a premium member of Diigo. Let's dive in now to the homepage of Diigo, what it looks like when you've actually created an account and log in. So this is my dashboard in my Diigo account. So you can see I have lots of different websites that I have saved over the years. I've been a user since 2011. I've got 8+ pages of resources that I have saved over the years. And then as you can see up here at the top, I've got my library, my outlines, my groups, any tools. If you used to use Diigo and you're more comfortable with the classic version, you can go back to classic if you would like. Here's the search feature, and then over on the left-hand side are all the different availability that I have with my tagging, any that I have read or unread, any that are public versus private or untagged or not in an outliner. Over on the right-hand side is my little plus button, so if there is anything specifically on my computer that I would like to add, I can easily add an image or a PDF, or I can just make a note of something if I want to. So here's my note. I can put a title in my note. I also have tags. I can share it to an outliner or share it to a group. Let's look at the Diigo extension in action first. Now that I'm on a website with an article that I found that I want to save, let's look at the Diigo extension. So the first thing that you have in your Diigo extension is you can save the bookmark. I'm going to click on Save Bookmark, and then right at the top, I can add a description. So I've added a description to the article. I'm going to add some tags, and as I add tags, some might be recommended, but as I start to type them, you can see that the list of tags that I already have starts to show up. So I can easily just click on the one that I want, and I'm going to use the ones that are recommended. So now I have some tags as part of my to easily search the article that I have when I save it in Diigo. It's not saved yet until I actually click Save at the bottom. I'm going to add this to an outliner. So I'm going to add it to the podcast outliner. And then I can share it to a group if I would like, but I'm not going to share this to a group. At the bottom, I can make it private. I can leave it private, I guess it's already checkmarked. And I can also change to or add it to the read later part of my Diigo dashboard. At the bottom, I can also then have it remember my saving preferences. When I click save, the little Diigo toolbar will show up and it says D. If you click on it, it will open up. And then I'm going to scroll down to where I actually have more text. Then you can see here now that I can start to highlight certain parts of my text. So if I highlight certain parts, I'm in blue. I have 4 different colors: yellow, green, blue, and pink. Let's just pick yellow and then highlight another part. I can also insert a note, and the note, you can move the note around the page to where you would like it, and then you can choose what you want to write in your note. I have my note. I click on the little box in the right-hand corner, and I also have those same 4 choices for colors. If I click on the little person next to the box, I can choose whether or not I want this to be private or public. Once I've actually saved the note, I can choose if I want to share this little note with the group. So I can choose which group I want to share it to, and then I can leave a little comment about the note to the group. If I click on the little 3 lines, it will show all of the different annotations on the page as well as the note that I have saved. If I hover over a highlight that I've already made, I can choose to add a private note to that highlight. I can also then choose to share that highlight through Twitter or Facebook. And if I've decided that I don't want the highlight altogether, I can just choose the trash can. To hide the Diigo toolbar again, you just click on the little arrow and it will slide off to the right-hand side. Now, another option that you have in your Diigo extension is you can click on the read and annotate, and it will actually make the article a little nicer and easier to read by taking away a lot of the graphics that are in the article. And so you can just read through it a lot faster. When you're done, you just click the X in the top right-hand corner. Now, some other tools that are in your Diigo extension is you have the outliner sidebar. So you can see here now it slides in from the right hand side. If I want to add an outline, I've added a new outline. Now this is not part of this current article that I have, and so this is its own separate outline. So I've made my note. I can go back to all of my outliners. So now I have all of those outliners here. To hide my sidebar of outliners, I click the little arrow and it slides the outliner out of the way. Some other parts of your Diigo extension, you can search any of the articles that you already have saved in your Diigo dashboard by title, URL, annotation, or tag. You can easily share the article out easily through Twitter, Facebook, Google+, email, or through an annotated link. And you can choose the read later option, which I did when I initially picked it. And if you choose to pick it from the Diigo extension, it will automatically close the tab. Finally, if you click the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll be able to see that the Diigo extension will take you right to your library, take you right to your outliner, and there is a little link to different tutorials about Diigo. Let's head back to my dashboard now and look at how the article looks in my dashboard. Now that I'm back in the Diigo dashboard, you can see right at the top, this is the article that I just saved. So you can see the title, you can see that it's added to an outliner, and you can see the different tags that are with it. The little number on the right-hand side, the number 3, are the different annotations that I have made in the article. So as you click on it, you can see here that on some of my other articles, I have 6 annotations or 1 annotation. And if you click on the number, it will show you the different annotations that I have made. And then here is the description that I made right when I tried to save the article. If I click on the article link, it will take me right to the website, and hopefully the article and the website are still available. But again, with the premium version, it automatically archives all your websites, so they are there forever. You can see on the left-hand side now, because I saved this Trust the Process article as on read later, I have a little number 1 next to my unread, which tells me that I need to go back and read this article because I wanted to remind myself. Along the top of the toolbar, if I click on my outliners, here is your information. I saved it to the podcast outline. So here's the article that I have saved in the podcast, and I can go ahead and I can add more information to this outliner if I want to. This new outline is the one I created on the fly, so you can see that, and then I can go ahead and I can add to this as well. Over on the right hand side, the little 3 dots, I can either export this outliner or I can choose to print it if I would like. I also have some options to search within the outliner. Along the top of the Diigo dashboard are your groups. So if you click on my groups, you'll be able to see the different groups that you have created or you are a member of. You can also do a quick little search for groups. The last resource within your dashboard are the tools. If you click on the link to the tools, it will take you here to the browser tools. You have the Diigo extension, you have the mobile apps, and then you have the Diigo Lit. So in my last podcast, I talked about the bookmarklet for Instapaper. The Diigo is kind of the same feature. And then down here, you can see the different web services that are available for saving, importing, exporting, publishing, and then the Diigo API. So the last two things that I want to show you here, if I click on the plus, that I can upload a PDF. So I have the drag and drop. So here's my PDF on my dashboard. I'm just going to drag it right into Diigo. It uploads the article. I can click the plus and I can add more downloads or more PDFs if I would like to. I can add some tags. I can add it to an outliner. I'll add it to the podcast, and then I'll leave it here out of the group. I will click on read later and I'll click upload. Now that the PDF has uploaded, you can see it right here in my dashboard. Now my read later has a number 2 next to it, and I have the article. If I click on the article, it's automatically uploaded. Now that the article is uploaded, you can see here I have some choices over as far as my reader goes. I can search throughout the PDF if I would like, highlight all the areas, match by case. Another thing that I can do is I can take a screenshot. So if I decide that I want to take a screenshot of this, and I take a screenshot here, you'll see that I have some other tools. This is the little square option. I can choose different colors to add to this. I can add a circle. I can add text. I can put an arrow in somewhere. I can undo. I can clear all, and I can choose to save as a standalone image or attach it to a bookmark. So if I click attach to bookmark, it has been uploaded successfully. It now is attached to this specific bookmark. So if there are images or interesting sections that you want to save specifically, taking a screenshot of a PDF might be your best option instead of highlighting the whole part. Over on the right hand side here, I can choose to change the title or any description that I have for the article. I can trash it. I can easily share it out through Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I can download the PDF as the original or with annotations. So the last thing I want to show you is the highlighting feature in your PDF in Diigo. So you can see here, here's my outliner feature. So I've got my outliner. I can easily rearrange anything in the outliner on the fly. And then let me just highlight a portion of this PDF. So now it's highlighted. If I hover over it, I get the little arrows. I can easily just drag and drop that right into my outliner. Pretty nifty little way for you to organize your outline. So maybe I'm like, this is the most important part. I want to put it right at the top. Now I've easily annotated anything that I have, added those annotations easily right to my outliner. The last thing I want to upload an image and show you what that looks like. So I'll click the plus, click on image. So same things here. I dropped an image in. I can add more images if I want to. I can add tags. I can share this to my outliner. I'm going to share it back to my podcast, and I'm going to save my images. So you can see here now my image has been saved with my different tags and my outliner. If I click on the image automatically opens up, and I can easily download my image. There it's downloading. I can share my image through Twitter, Facebook, or Google+, or I can embed the image into a website that I would like. So this is a nice little feature here. If you save your image to Diigo, but you want to also then use the image, embed it into your website, you get a nice little embed code to embed this image into your website. So that's Diigo in a nutshell. Some pretty powerful tools that are really nice to keep you organized and to easily save articles on the fly. I really like the ease of saving the articles and the ability to annotate right on the fly. I love the outliner because you can easily track all of your thoughts and do your research all at the same time and save all of that stuff right into Diigo. It's also pretty nice being able to annotate and download a PDF with the annotations or download the previous copy without the annotations. So a lot of awesome features in the free version of Diigo without really having to upgrade to the premium. If you're interested in this social bookmark, check it out, Diigo.com. That's Diigo with 2 I's. That's it for this episode of the Ed Newsstand Podcast. I really appreciate you listening to the podcast or watching the video version on YouTube because I know your time is valuable. Please check out the resources in this week's newsletter from Diigo.com. For more EdTech resources, you can follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter at ReynoldsTroy, on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest at ednewsstand. If you're listening on any podcast platform and would like to hear more, please like and subscribe to receive updates and have any new episode automatically downloaded for you. You can also revisit my previous episodes on any major podcasting platform like Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Google Podcasts. If you'd like to see a video tutorial of my podcast, you can head over to YouTube and search Ed Newsstand. If you'd like to download my app to have my podcast, videos, and newsletters right on your smart device, please check it out at ednewsstand.glideapp.io and save it to your home screen. If you don't want the app but would like to check out my resources, please visit my website at ednewsstand.weebly.com. This is Troy Reynolds, and this is the Ed Newsstand Podcast, hoping you were able to take away at least one idea for your classroom. Please be safe. Until next time.